the best thing you can do is go out there and make the whole thing look silly.
Yeah.
Because when you're saying Portland's a war zone and people are dying in the streets and you need the guard, and then all the news is showing is people in inflatable frog costumes.
Kind of cool.
Breakdancing outside the ice facility. It's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about, with it's a good feeling to just like irritate these people.
Yeah.
That is direct action. Because if you can make them look dumb, that's where the facade falls apart.
I've noticed I've slept stupid the past week anyways. Like I sleep really hard and I'll sleep like on my side and like my body looks like a fucking, you know what I mean?
I'll use a pillow like
bumpy.
this.
I look bumpy.
One of these instead of that one.
Crazy.
And lay flat on my back.
Yeah.
That's the only way. If my neck starts hurting, I know I'm getting.
Is that adulthood, you think?
I think it's just years of like, dude, it's so hard to balance your head correctly when you sleep.
Yeah.
I just think it's a flaw in the design of the human spine.
You got to get you some of them capsaicin patches, man. I love
capsaicin?
Yeah.
For what?
They're like them icy hot patches, dude, and you put them on. They're fucking nice.
Does
bro.
that work?
I think it's pronounced capsaicin. Am I right on that?
I think so.
Yeah, I love them.
I think
dude.
that is what's in them.
I buy the cheap ones too, like the off-brand ones are like 98 cents a one sheet or whatever.
Those literally just say capsaicin patches.
You pull them and they pull apart, and I'll strap one on my lower back. I'll put one on my neck across my shoulders.
I've got a nice heating pad.
Yeah, that's nice, dude. I love a heating pad, bro.
Well, about once a year I'll get a
heating pad.
It's weird. The word spasm sounds like like you're just freaking out, but a muscle spasm is your muscle cranking tight.
Yeah.
And like locking up.
It's like if your muscle had a hog and it was jerking it off, dude.
Yeah, and that's when it busts.
Yeah.
And I'll get a spasm in my neck or back once a year. And apparently what it is, I looked this up. I've done a lot of research every time I've hurt myself over the years. But apparently it's one of your thinner muscles is so strained that the rest of your muscles think you're about to tear it, and they grip up to stop you.
It's your body's natural reaction to not getting hurt by hurting you.
Yep. It's so you don't tear a muscle and injure yourself worse.
Some days I wish it'll spasm. Tear, brother.
I've done it while like cranking my neck before, like trying
when I
to
had
pop
those spasms in my lower back. I had to have Dad take me to the bathroom to piss because I couldn't get up and walk.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
about once a year, I'll get that.
Dying, I feel like somebody stabbed me.
But that's not even an age thing. That's
just a not taking care of your fucking shit.
You've injured yourself.
Yeah.
Like I know. I've had nonstop lower back problems since I broke my ass bone in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
Like, since I was a kid, I have locked my back
We've been burning the candle at both ends for a long time, dude.
Yeah.
Some days it's shocking we're still alive, really.
That's on my list of old, like, cliche tattoos that I've always planned on getting was the candle burning at both ends.
I got it.
Oh, you do? Yeah, you got the little one in your filler.
Yeah. And that's why I got it, too, because I always like that expression. And I really feel like I live it, because I'm always doing
I never intentionally lived the live forever, die whenever, live fast, die young. I never intentionally did that. I wasn't like, this is badass.
No, yeah.
But I did heroin.
Yeah. I caught on, like, at a certain point where I was like, damn, dude, you're really... It's by my late 20s. I was, like, fucking drunk one night on the floor throwing up. And I was like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah. And I get it, man. We hang out in some spots.
Yeah.
I see the people that look at me and are like, you take care of yourself? That's fucking whack. But I do, man. I do because...
I'd like to live as long as I can.
Yeah, I want to live forever out of spite now.
Yeah.
I like, there was a point, I think in my 20s I was a little nihilistic.
Yeah.
But now I'm a lot more absurdist, dude. I want to insert meaning into my life, and my meaning is to find what I consider evil and then spend my life annoying them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it works. I feel like really just getting on the nerves of shitty people is like one of the best forms of direct action you can take, when it comes to like engaging in political theory.
Yeah.
Direct action is if you can get on the nerves of somebody that is behaving immorally.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah, feels good.
It's nice.
And what I like to do is I like to take the low road.
Yeah, you never take the high road.
They expect you to take the high road.
No, and you don't, dude. You never have.
Never.
You probably never will.
I go low immediately. Yeah. It's just the way I was, brought up.
That's the way I was raised, man.
I go below the belt because what I do is incapacitate, walk away.
Yeah. I'm
not fighting anybody.
No, yeah.
And
you're a swift kick to the balls kind of guy.
Yeah, and if that swift kick is, here's what I think, man. If somebody, I'm against slurs. I'm against like being, saying things to somebody you wouldn't want said to yourself. But if that person's a bad person, and the thing that will upset them the most is calling them gay or something.
Yeah, you're gonna do it.
Yeah, that's the first thing I'm gonna do.
As you should.
That's the first thing I'm gonna do.
I agree.
That doesn't mean I think that being gay is a bad thing.
You just know it's going to bother the piece of shit that does think being gay is a bad thing.
Exactly,
There's nothing wrong with that. I got like 3,000 likes on a comment the other day.
Hell yeah.
Because Jackson Dart, the quarterback for the Giants, he still likes to hang out at his parents' house and like watch TV in the bed with the dog with his parents and
That's
shit.
wholesome.
And, yeah. And I left a comment and I said, imagine, because people were like calling him gay and like doing all this shit, like wild shit in the comments. And I left a comment and I was like, imagine not being loved by your parents enough to think that this is a bad thing. Like, this is wholesome shit. And like the 3,000 people liked my shit. I thought that was cool,
that's a great point. I also think like, why, especially in like this day and age, why would you shit on being family oriented?
Yeah, dude.
And enjoying the company of your family.
Yeah.
It's my brother calling right now.
Yeah.
But no, like legitimately.
Come cuddle.
I think especially like on our side of the aisle, we got to kind of like embrace, and sometimes it means chosen family. It doesn't have to mean your blood family.
No, yeah.
But I really do think you got to kind of like embrace that being cool again, man.
Dude, on my days off, I love piling up on the couch with the folks, dude, and watching TV and shit and fucking just hanging out. Like, that's cool, dude. Like, one day your parents aren't going to be here anymore, bro. You really got to spend that time with them while you can.
I'm in my mom's house like 3 days a week at least. Hang out with the niece and nephew. Every time my brother comes down to town, I pop over there.
Yeah.
Not as tight with my grandparents as I was growing up, but I still see them, we still get along. That's the thing with my family, too, is like, I'm going to go to the family gatherings with the Trump supporters, and we're all going to talk shit to each other, and then we're going to give each other gifts and eat at the same table and tell each other we love each other when we leave.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
I don't know if any of us are getting any minds changed, but we're also not like cutting each other off.
No, yeah, you shouldn't do that.
You know what I mean? I'll delete family members off Facebook.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fair.
To their faces at Christmas, I love you. You're annoying on the internet.
Yeah.
I know, that in person, pretty solid dude.
Yeah.
Pretty solid whoever, you know. I don't really have anybody specific in mind because this has happened with so many families.
Yeah, not name dropping. There's a lot of you. But yes, I get that for sure, 100%.
But I think that's the thing that the left needs to come back around to is family and unity. That's part of community. I think we're flirting with it
and
now.
you love good family traditional values and shit. You really
I think I'm more of a traditional values guy than most Republicans claim to be.
Kitchen for the wife, dude, a closet for the gay. Like, I get it,
dude.
I know how you are.
Oh, so now you don't want a house with a magnificently appointed kitchen and closet space?
I want my closet organized. I want my dishes spotless. No, I get what you're saying. I do. I think people need to care more about it. I don't think that I get from the standpoint of
some people's families suck. And
yeah. If you wake up one day and you find out your dad's David Duke, I totally understand why you would cut them off.
Or if they beat you,
or if they I get that. But like, if you're just basing it on just your political beliefs alone, or whatever, or religious beliefs, like sometimes I think it's better to just deal with it and go on and just enjoy. Because there's gonna come a time, like I said, where those family members aren't going to be here, man. They're going to die. You're going to die. None of this matters. And I think you should probably enjoy it while it lasts, honestly.
Very middle American.
Yeah.
Like, my family is both full of conservatives and gay people.
Yeah.
And married in some other races and adopted in some other, you know what I mean? Like, it's And I feel like most families in America are like that. And most people just aren't, they're not fucking aware of the hypocrisy even.
Right.
Like, they're like, no, yeah, I'm conservative, and conservatism doesn't like gays, but I love my gay son, and I don't think there's anything wrong with him. And in their heads, those ideas don't conflict.
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't see the disconnects. They're not truly necessarily bad people.
No, yeah.
You know? It's also like we grew up in Kentucky.
Yeah.
And it's like nobody knows nothing about nothing. We didn't fucking know. I mean, I was always pretty, I guess, left-leaning for the most part growing up, but me now would consider me at 13 a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If I was that sort of guy that took everything. You know what I mean? I'm just saying we got to come back around to building communities. Doesn't necessarily have to be your blood family even, but you got to pick a tribe and you got to have each other's backs no matter what.
I agree. 100%.
That's what gets you through rough times. Anyway, dude, I gotta fucking tell you something.
Oh man, he's coming out.
I gotta tell you something.
Go ahead, dude. Lay it on me.
Oh, in Indiana, you don't have to register as a Democrat or Republican. You can just vote in either primary.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice seeing.
They got my voter registration in, and I was like, I don't remember registering as an independent.
And we love Indiana. We love the Indiana.
Wow.
We love the corn. Go ahead. Tell me what you're going to tell me.
I was also looking at another... I was going to start talking about the AFI show. But there's a lot there, so I'll wait a second. But I was looking at a recent result of like the Pew Research, and if you break it up by the way they broke it up, which was like, I consider myself very liberal, a moderate liberal, a centrist, a moderate conservative, very conservative. Dude, out of all 50 states, they broke it up by state. There was like 3 states that where the majority was very conservative. And there was like 3 states where the majority was very liberal. But the rest of the like 44 states were all right there in the blend of the middle 3. You know what I mean? And it's just like another reminder that like the people with the craziest views aren't the majority.
Yeah.
They're just the loudest.
On
you
both
know
sides.
What I mean? On both sides.
Yeah.
I'm not a both sides guy because I think objectively at this point in history, the right wing is way worse than the left wing.
For sure. 100%.
I think,
yeah.
I'm not saying there aren't violent extremists on the left wing who would do crazy shit, because there are, but it just seems like when you're talking about the immediacy of the threat.
No, yeah, it's the right
wing
for sure.
Way more violent people. But yeah, on both sides of the aisle, the craziest people, because the crazy people on the left that made this whole thing swing over the last decade were not Antifa extremist terrorists doing shootings and bombings. They were just people getting, trying to cancel people on Twitter for not being friendly, not saying pronouns are cool. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's kind of like it's a weird paradox between, they say we're all like liberal snowflakes who cry about pronouns, and then the next minute we're all Antifa terrorists who are about to...
Kind of cool.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Imagine being in an inflatable frog suit and getting labeled as a terrorist.
You see that dude get interviewed afterwards?
Yeah.
I assumed, because that is like the vent that blows air in. Yeah. I thought it was going to fuck him up. But he's like, no, man, it made me, my eyes itch a little, but I eat spicy food, man. I'm Mexican. Yeah. And then he just started like fucking breaking.
That guy rules, dude. I love him so much, man. I'm about to get a frog tattooed on me.
I do love those big inflatable suits and the way it looks when people dance in them.
Yeah.
Dude. It's pretty
It's
sick.
fun. It seems like they're
man.
having fun out there.
I got to text him. Say some words while I text him and tell him
I'll
I'm
continue
recording.
on. Yeah, I think that's cool. I think if you're going to, if there's a very hostile situation in your city and you feel the need to go out and protest, no matter what the cause is, you should definitely wear an inflatable suit.
Yeah, I think it helps.
Definitely wear some type of something that's fun. I think it really makes the situation look better anyways, but I mean, if you're showing me a video of people in chicken and frog suits, and you're trying to label, look at these extremists out here burning down the cities,
no,
and I'm
perfect
like,
tactic.
No, they look fine to me.
Well, dude, Portland has the most experience with it. I think two things we've learned over the last, like 5 years of protesting and stuff is you can't just apply for the permit and go out there and do the routes they want you to do and yada, yada, yada. And you can't go out there and cause any level of what looks like commotion, or they're going to label you as rioters.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do is go out there and make the whole thing look silly.
Yeah.
Because when you're saying Portland's a war zone and people are dying in the streets and you need the guard, and then all the news is showing is people in inflatable frog costumes.
Kind of cool.
Breakdancing outside the ICE facility. It's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about, with... It's a good feeling to just, irritate these people.
Yeah.
That is direct action. Because if you can make them look dumb, that's where the facade falls apart.
Yeah.
Like that recent memo that's saying it, I don't know. I think it's a little bit of a hopeful thought to think this is true, but there was a leaked memo recently where a House Republican was saying that a huge chunk of Republicans are about to break off of the MAGA coalition because of the Epstein stuff, and they don't want to be looked at as pedo defenders. You know what I mean? I think that's all kind of coming back around, and they don't want to look stupid. They don't want to look criminal.
The Epstein shit.
Anything
now,
you can do to make them look dumb at this point.
Do you really think we're ever going to get the list unaltered, undoctored that we're really going to get? Well, and I'll sacrifice. I know Bill Clinton's on it.
Well, I think that's the difference between the left and the right is they are actively protecting Donald Trump, and I don't care.
Feed them all to the wolves. Yeah, if Bill Clinton
I don't care if Davey Havoc is on the list, dude. I want them all to burn.
If that's what it is,
not.
Yes.
He's not saint.
He is. But, our mother of Mary, Davey Havoc. But that's what I'm saying. That's the difference between us and them. Is I'm cool with it. We'll just bring it on out. And if there's people on there that I liked, that's the key word there. I liked. I don't like them no more. Yep. They were doing bad shit with children. I don't like that. The Epstein
stuff is a little bit of the mask slipping. The Israel stuff is a little bit of the mask slipping. Yeah. Go out there and irritate the shit out of these people. I'm not saying do it to your friends and neighbors that are conservatives. I'm saying go on to these congressman pages, go on to the NHS pages and the Homeland Security pages that are posting memes about sending immigrants to concentration camps, and make those people look stupid. Go out to these protests and cut a rug, do a little jig. Maybe wear some clogs. I'd like to see some people out there in an inflatable leprechaun costume doing a sort of a river dance.
A river dance. That's what I was saying. A river dance would be cool.
Chicago, where's your Irish heritage at, brother?
Yeah. Where's your Irish Heritage Foundation? Go ahead and go ahead before I get wild. Go ahead and tell me about your concert you went to.
We got plenty of time, dude.
A big show, buddy.
Anyway, dude, this past Saturday.
I know you're dying to talk about it. Go ahead and get it out. I see you over there you're anxious about it. Talk about it.
Yeah, well, I just want to get it out of the way because it was fun. I haven't told you about it yet.
Yeah.
I was saving it for the show. We talk for an hour before we start recording, and there's certain stuff I'm like, we'll just wait till we record.
I want to hear all about it. I'm excited to hear.
Anyway, dude,
you say we have plenty of time, but by the time you run through this will be 20 minutes.
Well, I'm saying it's 9:30, dude.
No, I'm not rushing. I'm just saying I want to hear it.
Right.
Get settled in, dude. Tell me about seeing AFI
we went
for the 10th
time, at Columbus at the Bluestone, which is used to be a beautiful Catholic church, or it might have been Presbyterian. I don't know. Old
I seen the venue look like
an
old school church. Yeah,
it was very, very nice. They left the altar with all the woodwork and shit. Seeing obviously AFI and their new stuff and the theme around it, and them doing Holy Visions there and doing what's the fuck?
It seems like a good venue, a good vibe for that album,
Yeah, and they did a couple of the what's the song I won't kneel, I won't bow. If you're there, God strike me down. He did all of the religious connotation songs he did there, and it was pretty cool, man. But on this tour, they've been doing a couple like unique exclusive tracks at each show. Now, I've seen AFI a bunch of times. I think this was like my 9th time. And they usually play mostly newer stuff. Now, when I saw them in 2005, that meant they were playing like stuff off Art of Drowning, Black Sails, and Sing the Sorrow. Yeah. And, you know, it was fucking sick. But by the time I saw them in 2007, it was mostly December Underground, Sing the Sorrow. When I saw them in 13 and 14, they had Burials out, and it was mostly Burials and Crash Love and December Underground. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Saw them last year. It was just singles from Sing the Sorrow up, and they also played Days of the Phoenix. But on this tour, they've been busting out, I think it was Chicago the night before, they played File 13, dude.
That's crazy.
Which is off their, very proud of you, their second album. They almost never, ever play old shit. And when they do, it's never stuff from before Jade or Hunter were in the band.
Yeah.
Played that. We got 2 exclusives that I've been keeping up with the set list. I've said somebody's keeping a bracket of which songs get played in which cities. The 4 that are played in every city are Behind the Clock, Silver and Cold, Girls Not Gray, and Days of the Phoenix. We got opened up with Strength Through Wounding. I don't think I've ever seen them open with that before. Always wanted to. At all of their like big special little pop-up LA shows, they'll start with that. But usually they've done Misery Cantaria or what is it? 12-23. What's the fucking Prelude 12-21?
Yeah, Prelude 12-21. Yep.
Usually those 2. But they opened up with Strength Through Wounding, and our exclusives, buddy, were Sacrifice Theory and God Called In Sick Today.
Ah, man.
I've never seen them play either of those live. They also played Wester.
That's wild.
Banger, dude. Yeah. And Days of the Phoenix. Now, obviously, I was hoping for a Single Second or Total Immortal because they played those at other shows. But
getting God Called In Sick Today is...
And fucking Sacrifice Theory and Wester are fucking bangers.
Yeah.
They also played Holy Visions, Behind the Clock, and No One Underground. No, Behind the Clock was one of the other ones they play at every show.
Did they play Celluloid the night before? Was that at your show?
It was. I think it was the night before.
I remember seeing the set list on one of them.
Our encore songs were Days of the Phoenix and Silver and Cold. But yeah, right before the encore, they closed with God Called In Sick Today. And dude, it was me and, I mean, there were a lot of, it was one of those shows where you have chills because the crowd is singing every word to every song.
Those are nice,
including the old shit and the new shit. Which
those
is like,
nice.
I've been the guy at most of their shows that only knows, and I'm a huge AFI fan, but when albums have come out in the last... Because when they came out, I wasn't a huge fan of it. I've only recently caught up on all their shit between Crash Love, Burial's Blood album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now I
forget about the Blood album sometimes, man.
There's some bangers on there, dude.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But yeah, dude, getting all those Holy Visions. I was next to another super fan who was like right next to me. We were both fucking screaming every word.
And you love a super fan.
And
it's
when
nice
they started playing God Called In Sick
to have
Today,
a super fan and not be the super fan.
Dude,
you know
it was
one
of the only shows I've been at where it was like, I can go ape shit because everybody's going ape shit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be embarrassed that I'm screaming every word out of key. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
My only critique, and this was a major bummer, because I thought during Sacrifice Theory, it was like their 4th song, fast, heavy. I thought it was going to bust out, but there was no mosh the entire time.
That's crazy.
It was just everybody packed in tight,
even
throwing hands up and screaming every word.
Even when we seen them in Louisville that year, it was wild.
Yeah.
The crowd got pretty... had a pick going on. And
I was, in my head, I was like, oh, this is starting, and I rushed forward. I pulled Anna. We cut through a couple people. And then I'm looking around, there's no pit.
Yeah.
And I was like, this was, and you know, I worked up to it. I was like, man, I haven't gotten a pit in years.
You think that
pit.
this is, that was a one-off, or you think the whole tour's been like that?
It looks like the whole tour's like that, but it looks like because they're doing such phenomenal shows
nobody
and
wants
fans
to do
are
it.
pouring out, everybody is
they just
packed
see
in
it,
as close as they can get to the stage. And it's in the church, dude. It literally, like, if you had earplugs in, you would think you were watching them doing worship music because everybody's got their hands up and is just singing along and they're rocking back and forth and headbanging. I mean,
I noticed
it
that
was chills.
The last time we seen Danzig, there wasn't a pit.
Yeah, it was kind of the same vibe.
The outdoor show we went to, I think Behemoth was there, which obviously there was a lot before that pit was, same Cradle of Filth that one night. But for Danzig, like nobody
stands and sings everywhere.
Yeah, and that's what they did at that one. Like
I think AFI has reached that point.
And that's fine.
I think they needed this album to have everybody revisit because it's crazy. I've spent the last 20 years of my life being, if there's 1,000 people in a room, I'm one of two that is a fan of AFI. Yeah. And we're both probably not the same level of fans. But since this album came out of the woodwork, it's like 2003 all over again, dude.
Well,
I'm seeing them everywhere. I'm seeing fans of them everywhere.
I can't think of a band that's not more deserving of that. There's a band that I always, and you don't want to say.
Well, a lot of people, I think this is the comeback. They don't know about anything between. They're like, oh, remember December Underground? Remember Miss Murder? Remember this band?
Yeah, they don't want to. They don't think about.
And they're like, they're back, and look at them now. Everybody's
been
talking
here.
about.
They've never left.
Yeah.
But it's like it's one of those bands too. When I was younger, like I wanted to hear AFI on the radio, wanted to see more. Which honestly, we got into them a good time because they were on the VMAs and shit, and they were everywhere at the time. But it never was big enough. And then when Miss Murder come out, I remember that being on the Madden soundtrack and like all that shit. And I was like, fuck yeah, like
crazy.
About time AFI is getting mainstream. And they never did. They never really did. I mean, they did, but like they didn't. Yeah. They're still not on your local radio station. Like they're still not talked about like I wanted them to be. Which sometimes that's cool. Sometimes it's cool that your favorite band is not big. Yeah. Sometimes it's cool that, something you like still relatively underground to an extent. But it's hard for me to call AFI underground. It's hard for me to call them not. They're one of the biggest bands there is to me. That's obviously because I'm a fan. But
and they sell out
shit.
They might not be playing arenas, dude. They might not be My Chemical Romance.
No, but I mean, they're there. They're there for sure. And good on the MCR boys.
In the
I think that's neat that they sell out stadiums and shit.
That rules. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. But also, dude, the fact that the dudes from Hardlore have always given AFI props as being a fucking hardcore band from back in the day and evolving and then having them on and shit. I mean, that interview popped off.
Amazing. Yeah, it's great.
And they deserve, and they're also born and bred rock stars without an air of arrogance, dude. Yeah. It's because, anybody other than Davey that talks the way he talked would come off as, a little bit pretentious.
Yeah. But he's not.
He's just so passionate and sincere about what he does, dude.
Yeah. Him telling the story about performing in front of Robert Smith was great. Yeah. I enjoyed that. That was awesome.
That was all. Hearing him tell a story about going to see A Perfect Circle. And trying to, a dude was wearing an AFI shirt and he's like, what's up, man? Can I cut in front of you? And he's like, fuck no, who are you?
Yeah.
Oh, and let me tell you, dude, one of the things I love about being into a band that is in that medium level is when you go to a show and you see everybody else there and they're all super fans. Yeah. The amount of fucking just banger AFI shirts, dude. Both bootlegs and old. Yeah. And, dude, there was a dude decked out in, he had the old Despair Faction armband, the old Despair Faction shirt with the Raven. He had the fucking East Bay Hardcore patch. He had all kinds of... There's just like a lot of good merch there, dude.
I had two shirts
I think I'm
from...
spend some money and get like a shitload of AFI shirts.
I follow a couple of bootleg pages I need to link you up with that have
Connor
some really
Tweel, shout out Connor Tweel, Conman Jenkins on Twitter, very funny comedian. Headlined our last show. He sent me a bootleg website when he saw that I was going to see AFI. Mm-hmm. He sent me a link. He's like, yo, it's a website I use all the time. They got some sick AFI shit. Yeah. And then at that show, I saw like 2 or 3 people wearing the bootleg line they had. It was the All Hallows shit.
Yeah. There was one that just dropped. There were black shirts and had the white pumpkin like right here. They were sick,
shorts,
dude.
man.
Yeah, the shorts would be tough too.
I also seen the ones that have the compression underneath. You pull them up and it says AFI and it's got the pumpkin on the front.
I seen a cool zip jacket. I can't remember which was on the back. I think it might have been the cat and the scarecrow or some shit. And then the front, it just had the little jack-o'-lantern. I think that was neat.
Well, I'm about to get jacked over the winter. You want to get jacked?
Let's get jacked off, dude.
I'm going to get jacked over the winters.
Yeah.
Hearing Davey and talk about being a jacked vegan and how he wants to get big again, and then seeing him at the show when he took the jacket off, brother.
He can kick the fucking shit out of you,
dude. Yeah,
no, I had
swole.
2 shirts from when I was a youth that I wish I still had. Obviously, they probably wouldn't fit me now, but they were both the coolest shirts, and I have not seen them since. Like, I'm sure if I went out of my way to try to find them, I could, but I've never just randomly stumbled upon them. But they were both official shirts. They weren't boots. They were legit. Both of them were black.
All my old ones were legit.
One of them had, one of them I ended up turning into a cutoff and then lost it, which was a bad decision. But it was black, and it had a hand with nails. All through it. It was like a hand in like a nail pit, and then there was like a white bar instead of fire inside, and I forget what it had at the bottom. Beautiful. And then the other one was, it looked like I can picture it, but I can't. It had a crow on it, and it looked like the crow was on like a page, and the page was like burnt. And it had writing, and at the top it had a fire inside in red. And it was like the only thing of color on the shirt. Everything else was like that. The black and white or whatever. And that one was sick too. And fucking shout out Shelby Hayden, man. Rest her soul. She ripped that one. We were fucking around one time, and she grabbed the neck, and it had a rip, I guess, in it. And when she pulled it, like the whole thing like unraveled around my neck. Like it ripped this whole fucking thing. Yeah. And at the time, dude, I was like fucking 13. I didn't give a shit about.
Well, shout out my ex-stepsister, Cassie Godman. What's her name? Cassie Proctor now. I'm pretty sure she kept, like, a bunch of my AFI shirts when I moved out. But I had a lot. I don't blame her. I would have stolen them all, too. In high school.
Yeah.
But there's ones I still think about, dude. The, obviously, the original East Bay Hardcore hoodie I had.
Yeah.
The Despair Faction Raven shirt. And I had a sweet one that was on the front.
I'm assuming that shirt I had a raven on it, not a crow.
Either one. Yeah.
I would assume
a corvid of some sort.
Some type of bird.
But this one had some kind of like a chick on the side, and then it had the lyrics of Bleed Black on it. It said, like, I know what died that night. It can never be brought back to life. And then the back set a fire inside across the
Hell yeah. I can remember you having the East Bay jacket when we were young, or the hoodie.
I mean, I'm going to hit up Sam Morris. I don't remember if she still has it. She might have also lost it or had it stolen at some point. But she took it from me in high school. And then when we were in our early 20s, when she was still in college, I remember her saying that she still had it. I don't remember if she still has it to this day.
That's crazy.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
I'll show you the one you got me, dude. I wore it so much when you first got it for me.
It's all fucking
I'm going to order another one. But, dude, they're hard to find. Nobody's making that one right now.
Yeah.
A dude in the...
I'd hit Mark up, dude. He'd probably make one for you.
I bet he would. Honestly. He should run a gang of those.
He should, dude. He should.
They would
see his witch shirt he dropped?
Mm-mm. I haven't seen that one.
He's got the... It's black, and it's the same. It's the same picture that's on the DVD box. It's got Black Phillip, and it says The Witch with the V's, and it says A New England Folktale, and he's just running them till Halloween.
I busted my Hereditary shirt back out.
The Harry Terry?
Yeah, I found it. I was going through my trunk looking for my workout clothes. Yeah, we have an idea. We matching
the
ones.
Long sleeve ones.
Yeah. You got me and you one at the same time.
Yeah,
same one.
Yeah, it's got the payment sigil on the sleeve. Yeah. I've got that one, and I've got a witch one. The same company made both of them. They're both similar. I think the one on the witch says, "Would thou like to live deliciously," or whatever.
In the
or
subreddit,
I be that witch or some shit.
A dude posted a Cricut file of the East Bay Hardcore logo, and he's like, "Here, I made my own," and the colors look fucking good on it, dude. Super crisp. Everything looks nice. I wish I had a Cricut. I'm gonna see if I could find somebody we know with one to just make me that hoodie.
Yeah.
Like 5 of them.
Chris could probably do it for you if you've got all the shit.
Chris who?
Harold. He's got a Cricut.
Oh, no shit.
Mm-hmm. He makes a lot of cool bootleg ICP merch. Dude.
I would have. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he makes a lot of cool shit with his.
I'd pay Mark to make me like 5 of them. Nice.
He probably would. Send him a message, man.
I will.
Get me one while you're at it.
I want a couple so I can cycle through them, dude. Yeah. I'll wear that all the time.
And he should. That's something he should do, especially this time of year, man. He should do a run of those, man. I think those would hit. Even just the T-shirt with the cat on it would be.
There's an Etsy page selling patches and pins, and I'm going to get the patch for my jacket. I've got the suicidal tendencies on one pocket.
There used to be
put it on the other one.
There used to be an AFI patch I would always see in Hit Parader and like all those magazines.
Just the letters AFI?
It was the letters, the old school letter, the block letters, but they were baby blue and they were behind the orange pumpkin, or they were in front of the orange pumpkin. Yeah, I always liked that patch, man.
Dude who had the East Bay Hardcore patch had that one, too. He had a bunch of AFI, Misfits, and Danzig and shit like that.
Classic.
My jacket's
the
popping.
Holy Trinity.
I got all my new patches. I put one of our patches on there, on my jacket.
Check you out, dude.
I'm waiting on
Boy's always on brand.
Excuse to bust it out, dude.
Yeah.
It's about that time of the year.
That Bullet Club vest I got, man, I'm really about to start. I bought me some of that shit you've got.
Yeah, it works great.
I bought the same one, man.
Yeah.
And I used it to put, I had a Peach Bowl college patch I put on one of my Texas jerseys, and I used it for it, and it fit. It was perfect, dude. And I got that Bullet Club vest. I ended up washing it.
Yeah, you got a few patches.
Yeah, and I've been getting patches for a long time. I'm gonna take and just liquid stitch all of them on it, man, and ride with that this winter.
That one's about done, dude. I'm gonna buy from the internet
do you need a battle vest, man?
I might do a vest.
I've got 2 extras. I'll give you one.
Either of them black?
I've got 4. No, but I've got one that is a grayish color, a little more faded than that.
I could probably dye it.
And then I also have an olive green. I think you would really almost like an army green. I think.
And I'll have a look at that.
And then I've got another one that's denim, and it's all distressed, and it's already got gold stars, like the pins already like in it.
Studs.
They're like gold stars on one side. On the other side, it's got a big Native American Apache fucking patch already embroidered on it.
I'll check
that one. So I used to wear that one all the time. I used to have pins, and then I got that Bullet Club one. I kind of swapped them out, and I quit wearing the.
Because that's almost. I'm gonna need something else to start doing patches on. Because that needs.
That olive green one would rock with your shit.
I've got 2 spots on it that are for
I'll have to dig that
local
out.
Bands I find that I like and get one at their shows. I'm going to put the AFI one off Etsy on there, and then it's done.
The gray one's a Rude brand.
From Hot Topic?
Mm-hmm. It used to have it had the thing
That's
where
not
you could
bad.
put the hood on it.
That's a decent denim.
It had the hood on it. I took the hood off, but it had a thing where you could put a hood on it. Yeah.
I have 2.
I need to do that. I need a day off. I need to go through and put patches on that.
I have 2 blue denim jackets and a black denim jacket, and then that one.
Because I like wearing a battle vest in the winter.
I could cut one of mine.
It's nice having all the pockets.
Yeah.
And it's an extra little layer of oomph on you. Because I wear like the jackets like you wear, just like that one.
Yeah.
I got a lot of those, and I'll throw it over top of that. And I actually just ordered me a new one. You know, I got the.
I like a hoodie on. Jacket over a zip hoodie, dude.
I ordered a new one today, man. It doesn't ship out to the week of Halloween though. It's from I think I got it. It's either from Fright Rags or Gutter Garbs, but it's like the Jason Takes Manhattan one I've got.
Yeah.
It's like that, but on the front it says Stephen King's Silver Bullet.
Hell
and on the back it's got Marty riding
on
the fucking in his little cart, and it's got the werewolf in the background and shit. Nice. And it's a Silver Bullet. Silver Bullet's one of my favorite werewolf movies, period. Gary Busey's a freak show, but that's still a great fucking movie.
Gary Busey, dude.
Butt snake.
Remember the Gary Busey
sandwiches,
deep
buttered
fake?
sausages.
Yeah. And that was mildly believable. And now they got these Jake Paul ones, dude.
The Jake Paul ones are fantastic.
That's crazy, dude. He's
like, "What's up, y'all? I'm Jake Paul. I'm gay.
Yeah.
And I got these matching rainbow boxing gloves. I love it, dude. I think it's fantastic.
It's the end of the world.
It's nice to see fun AI videos that I can laugh at.
Yeah, but it's like
it's bad. It's bad that we're doing
terrified.
This. Yeah, I am scared to death. Yeah,
it's what I think we just talked about this an episode or 2 back. But now they will literally be able to do 2 things. They'll be able to fake evidence.
Yeah.
Right? They'll be able to fake evidence that's very believable, and they'll be able to take real evidence, real video, and say that's AI.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's bad. It's a very bad thing, yeah.
Video as a fucking a court fucking document might not work anymore. You know what I mean? You might have to fucking have retinal scans.
It really,
or something
it does
cameras.
take a minute now to pay attention to see if it's AI. And I don't like that. Well, it takes you a minute to really, like, there's some that are that believable even to me.
I think the logical
I'm not
conclusion
an old person, you know?
is within the next 10 years, and I have nothing to base this on, but hear me out.
Yeah.
Next 10 years, they say, look, there's no way we can trust security cam footage, video evidence in court anymore. What we're going to have to do is equip all security cameras, all CCTVs with a retinal scanner. There's going to have to be some sort of program that can scan your eyes or something about you, and then in the data of that video say this is a real video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then that's going to be mass surveillance. That's going to be like the cap of it. We're already, if we all just collectively agreed to get off the cell phones and go back to flip phones, you know what I mean? We could avert the Palantir security state that we're about to be under.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they've already got access to everything in our phones. AI's got profiles on all of us. I mean, it's not a conspiracy anymore. The shit that our grandparents were like, they're going to fucking spy on us through our phones, and they're going to have a database.
Yeah.
It's real. It's in the open. They're making trillions of dollars off of it. They're telling us you're going to use it for warfare.
Yeah.
And what are we doing? Chilling, dude.
Chilling. Watching Jake Paul vids, dude.
I used to watch Terminator and say, no way, dude.
Never. He's not going to be back. And now he's back, dude. He's crazy.
They're going to give I used to think the one world government thing was dumb, but now I think they're going to be like, the only thing that can be trusted to govern is the AI. Yeah. It's unbiased. Yeah. You just program it with the 3 laws of robotics so it can never hurt us, and then let it rule us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it'll go fine. It'll go fine for 2 or 3 generations, and then everybody will think that the AI is God. Mm-hmm. They'll forget that we created it. They'll think that it created us. And it'll warp its own value system. Mm-hmm. To take care of humans no matter what, it'll fucking cut off all other potential, life in the universe. You know what I mean? It'll make sure that we can't fucking...
I guess you could call it a prison planet.
It is a prison planet, dude. And if we're ever to break out into the pleroma, dude, if we're going to fucking defeat Yelzabath...
Bleeding into the AI. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Crazy.
And maybe it is, dude. Maybe they are simply building a vessel. Maybe they're building a computer vessel for some sort of demonic forces.
Now that we're on the subject of weird shit, man.
Let's get into CERN. Let's get into the particle accelerator.
Yeah, dude. So it's October, so it's spooky season. And so I was baked out of my gourd. And I said,
out of his board.
I said, I'm going to watch The Cloverfield Paradox.
Great movie.
Because I haven't seen it in a while, and I said, I think I'm in a good mind state to watch this.
Now, real quick before you proceed, rate the Cloverfield movies 1, 2, and 3 in order of what's your favorite.
I honestly think it's very tough. So I like to view the 3 and pretend that 10 Cloverfield Lane and Paradox were not shitty movies that they had to insert Cloverfield in because they knew they were going to bomb. So like when they
I think they're both great movies.
No, they are.
Without the
They are, but when they wrote them, like they were in script hell.
Yeah.
Because they were not wrote as Cloverfield movies. So when they did 10 Cloverfield Lane, they got John Goodman, they got the cast, they put it out, they made it a Cloverfield movie. They took a script that was not tied.
But it worked so well because
of the name.
Well,
the
and
brand. You know
the
what I mean?
Actual plot of why they're in the cellar.
Yeah.
You think he's crazy talking about aliens and shit.
Yeah.
And then it really
So
is.
when I view them,
it worked well.
When I view them as if they were wrote all consecutively and not forced to be related, if that makes sense. So when you watch My personal favorite, I think, probably is and always will be the first one.
Cloverfield.
Because I seen it in high school, and it really just changed me. Like, I loved it. I like a shaky cam anyways. Having a kaiju roaming around New York, shaky cam style, and you have an antagonist with the little parasites, and they have to survive the night. Like, that's
it's one of the best
fun.
shaky film movies, too. One of the best, like, found footage type
It doesn't feel cheesy to me. Even though there's big actors in it, T.J. Miller and the gang, like, there's people in it that are Lizzie Kaplan.
Well, at the time, too.
They weren't They weren't huge. So I'd probably say the first one, and then it is a toss-up between 10 and Paradox, because I love both of them. I think they're both great. Probably give the edge to 10 because of Goodman's performance, because I'm a sucker for John Goodman. But Paradox has Elizabeth Debicki in it, and
Paradox is
I
great,
love her.
too.
So it's hard for me to pick.
But for me, dude, because of how great John Goodman and that chick from Scott Pilgrim are in that movie, that's my favorite one.
So if you start...
Cloverfield's the second, and Paradox is my least favorite, but I do love those
If
all
you
three.
start Cloverfield and Paradox at the same time, when they switch on the particle collider and all the shit goes south and fucks up, that is the moment the monster attacks the city. Simultaneously with both movies at the same time. They match up.
I've heard that.
If you watch the beginning of Cloverfield Paradox, you'll see on the screen in the space station, this scientist is talking about how they shouldn't be doing this because they will fuck with the fabric of time, and there's once it's like we can't take it back.
Yeah.
The chick that's interviewing him, the news lady, she's the same woman that's beating on John Goodman's door when shit hits the fan in 10 Cloverfield Lane.
No shit.
And the dude that's interviewing her, the scientist, has the same last name as John Goodman's character in 10 Cloverfield Lane. So you could assume in your headcanon that they're probably related, and she's probably there because of him, because she's a news reporter, so he's probably tipped her off about his relative.
That's what I mean
John Goodman's
by, like,
and he knew a lot in the movie, too.
We all know, that the movies were tied together after.
Yeah.
But
Slusho, baby.
You could, dude, they did. It's probably the best example of them retrofitting something.
Yeah.
Especially across multiple movies that really, the plots of which have little to nothing to do with each other.
Yeah.
And you're seeing different elements of the same thing happening.
Right.
Like, one has the giant monster, one has a fucking even bigger monster.
And you can assume
one has alien that look like War of the World aliens.
Yeah. You can assume that all of the aliens in 10 Cloverfield Lane are also creatures that were opened up in the portal that brought us Big C.
Yeah.
Another thing, too, it's the same monster in both Cloverfield and Paradox, and J.J. Abrams confirmed that is it full grown.
Okay.
So something happens in all of that makes it full grown, because she gets shot out of that capsule back to Earth, and it doesn't really give us a time frame on when she gets back and how much bigger it is.
Now, will there be another?
Man, he said there is. They signed that one guy, I forget his name, to direct it, and then JJ announced a couple years ago that they were going to do... Huh?
Oh, nothing.
They said it's going to be a direct sequel that's going to
Cloverfield?
To Cloverfield,
okay.
Yes. But I
probably
love
Clover Prairie.
I love the Paradox because of the premise of the particle collider.
Yeah.
I think it's super creepy when they look out the window and the Earth's gone.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's gone, it's they've moved on the other side of the sun and they're in a different dimension.
Well
so it
played
begs the question,
and truly terrifying.
Yeah. So when I forget I think the movie was supposed to be called The God Particle originally.
I think so.
And then they
God
thought
Particle.
that it was not going to do well. So Bad Robot and company was like, why don't we do reshoots? We'll attach Cloverfield to it. We'll add the monster at the end, and we'll make it seem as if it was always supposed to. And they, like I said, they were genius with the if you watch both of them at the same time type shit. And there's also a couple other Easter eggs in 10 Cloverfield Lane that tie into Paradox as well, too. But it is fun. I like that shit. I like the universe of Cloverfield. It's something I want more of, because I do think it's genius.
So since 2012, since prior to 2012, Squidbillies did an episode on it. I think South Parkers did South Park do an episode about the particle accelerator?
About CERN, I think, yeah.
And it causing a black hole?
Maybe.
I definitively remember a Squidbillies episode about it, which is crazy to think that they...
Watch the trim.
I'm sure The Simpsons covered it.
Yeah.
But even prior to 2012, there's always been the silly little conspiracies that, it's going to create a black hole. It's going to do this and that. Then 2012 happened. Yeah. And then I think it's a few years after 2012, people started talking about the Mandela effect. And then everybody started relating it together like, 2012 caused the Mandela effect. It was when they turned the particle accelerator on in 2012, which was, it was like the third time they ran it.
Yeah.
But they did run it, oddly enough, in like December of 2012.
Yeah.
And I used to think, man, that's all so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And the scientific rational side of my brain is like, that is so stupid. But the part of my brain that also knows that I don't know anything really, and that knows that I am stupid, is like, maybe.
See, I'm almost the complete opposite. Believing in it is what makes me feel smart. Like
believing that it could cause a rift,
because to me, when I think about science, like I love science, I love physics, I love all that stuff, but I've never felt the need to try to. There's some things I can't grasp. I could never do long division. I'm not the smartest person in the room, and that's okay. It's fair. I'm smart enough to learn things and figure things out, and like trust enough of science to whatever. But like, there's always been a part of me that says, Joey, how can you, in good faith, say you believe in science, but not believe if we do this, that it could fuck things up? I feel like I'm limiting myself, and I'm limiting all of us as far as science goes.
And I feel like you're with the majority on that. Yeah. And that is why these theories catch so much traction and people love them so much. But I can say from my understanding of science definitively that these little theories about time travel and other dimensions that are like pop science theories are not hard science, workable theories. Relativity tells us nothing can reach the speed of light. Your relation to time is relative to gravity and all of this stuff. And that although you could propel yourself forward in time in your perception, you'll never be able to go backward. And if you somehow were to reach the speed of light, that should transport whatever physical matter is going that fast directly back to the moment in time before it hit the speed of light. Now, that being said, there's been enough fucking hard experiments over the last 100 years that have proven Einstein right. But weird shit happens with particles all the time. And also, I'm saying I used to think the opposite of what you think. But now I think that it is the more
reasonable.
I'm not saying it is the hard science-minded thing to think that time travel, and I 100% do not believe in the Mandela effect.
No, me.
I just straight up don't. I think people have... Your memory is way less reliable than you think it is. And you can prove this to yourself by recalling a vivid dream and then recalling a vivid memory. And proving to yourself that in your brain they look exactly the same.
Yeah.
One of them happened and one didn't.
Yeah.
If you have a really good imagination, you can imagine a scenario just as clearly as you can recall a memory.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's mass psychosis, but I'm saying it's all such simple shit that
would be easy to dupe a lot of people.
Yeah, that I think it's just like Berenstain and Berenstain.
Yeah.
It just could be that we're so used to the Jewish surnames Steen and Stein, and not Stain, that we thought it was Berenstain.
Say that last
or
part
Berenstain.
Again.
It's a sub.
No, say not Stain again.
Not Stain.
Got a knot stain on my good shirt.
Busted a knot. Got a rope wad. But,
well, it's that part of the show where we get wild and say that kind of dumb shit. So I wanted to hear you say it.
I don't think the Mandela effect's real.
I don't.
But what I do think is real is they're saying we're recreating conditions that were similar to that of the Big Bang.
Correct.
Which is itself a theoretical concept. Now, theory does not mean hypothesis. Theory is the most reasonable explanation for observed data. Yeah. So it is likely that something akin to the Big Bang did happen.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Why wouldn't something else crazy happen if you're recreating it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
I realize you're not doing it with all the matter of the universe. It's just two very small particles.
But there's no reason that, and I'm not saying that...
well, we're seeing particles phase in and out of existence when they do this. So they're telling us there's other dimensions, there's other planes of reality that we don't quite comprehend. They tell us about dark matter, they tell us about the God particle.
Yeah.
So it's like, they're telling us new crazy things are happening all the time. They might tell us tomorrow, hey, guys, turns out we riffed the timeline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not out of the realm of possibility.
Anything's possible.
I also am a firm believer that it's easier to, and hear me out, I could be completely wrong on this, but everything we know up until this moment right here in time is that we can't go back.
Yeah.
We can't time travel. The only reason and this is how so ingrained I am with the bullshit, the only reason I genuinely believe that is not by trusting the science. It's because I think if we could do it, we'd have already done it for the bad, for the worse.
Yeah.
Like if we could go back in time and change things, if the people of power, if the people that know things knew this, they would have already done it. That's why they're constantly rewriting history. It's much easier to rewrite history than it is to actually go back and change it. It's because we can't fucking do it. Well, if they could, they would have done it by now.
There's one of two things is that...
Does that sound crazy?
No,
Does that sound silly?
I'm agreeing. I agree with you 100%, because either time travel backward is straight up impossible, because otherwise they would have come back.
Yeah, somebody would have fucked something up.
They would have come back by we would have had some, or they've been coming back the whole time.
And slowly
because if they ever
things.
invent it, they can come back to whenever. Yeah. Even if they invent it in the year 40 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If Earth makes
it
that
also
long,
begs the question, and I've
it's impossible to come back.
I've not researched or read this, and a lot of people don't say that enough. If you don't know something, it's very okay to say, hey, I don't know. Yeah. I've not researched this. I'm just spitballing here. I'm throwing it out. I don't know enough. But how positive is the sentiment of when they're talking in the MCU movies? Remember in Endgame when they go back the wormhole, they go in one part of time, they pop out another part of time, and Bruce Banner explains to them that if you go back and change something, you don't change the timeline, you change your future. So like if you do this here, it's not that it fucks everything up, but when you come back to your past can't, you know what I'm saying?
You're going to be in a version of the timeline.
Yes.
Yeah.
How true is that to the relative science of time and space?
That's actually a great thing to bring up, because talking about
because we're talking about if they knew, like if they went back and wouldn't affect us, that would affect them in their timeline, correct?
We've got about 15 years worth of new theories describing the fact that they're seeing evidence of other dimensions in the particle accelerators.
Yeah.
So in theoretical physics, since the particle accelerator was first used, I mean, we've had other colliders before CERN.
Correct.
There's a smaller one in Texas even, I think.
There's one in Kentucky or in Tennessee.
But that's the biggest one, and it's got the fastest and best conditions and stuff, and we've learned the most there, whatever. I think it's been online since 2008 or something. Since then, we've got all kinds of new theories about what the other dimensions might be like, what space-time is like, how you can fold it, what other timelines might exist. You've got these string theories and these multiple reality theories and stuff. And the MCU is 100% playing on real scientific theories.
And that would make sense,
based on evidence. However, what's fun is a lot of these time travel storylines are science fiction, because plenty of them are from the comics that came out before this evidence of other dimensions.
Right.
It was speculative, it was hypothesis back then, and some of it was just hoping and dreaming and writing fun shit.
Yeah, and now here we are to the point where it's pretty close.
And now we're finding evidence that, hey, we know that space and time are an intertwined fabric.
Yeah.
And we know that only space, time, and matter are, only take up X amount of space in the universe.
I wish I could
There's
remember.
Dark matter. There's dark energy. There's other dimensions.
But I can't think of it because it's weird how Bruce words it anyways. But it's like whatever you do, like you can't change your future. Or you can't change the future based on what you do in the past, or you can only change the future I can't remember what he says in the movie.
Which movie?
In Endgame. He said, hold on, you just keep talking, I'll ask Meta.
All right. But yeah, I'm not the MCU guy. I did watch the Loki and the time travel and yada yada yada. But they do play off of a lot of real theory, and again, not hypothesis. The theories are based on the evidence they're seeing in places like CERN.
If you travel to the past becomes your future. And if your former present becomes the past, which can't now be changed by your new future. That's his quote.
Yeah.
So if you travel to the past, that past is now your future. So whatever timeline the past is on where you end up is where you are going. And your former present from where you left now becomes the past, which can't be changed by your new future on 100%. What you do.
Because even though time is not a straight line.
Yeah. And it has that broke down. That means the change made in the past does not alter the timeline you came from.
Well, you can
instead you create a new branch.
You can literally think about it like reading a book.
Yeah.
Right? That is your timeline. Or looking at a timeline. Hey, here's when I went into the past. Here's me in the past. Here's me going back to the present.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is a straight sequence of events.
Yeah.
Because of relativity.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps getting proven right again about Einstein. Anytime I see like a YouTube video that's like, Einstein proven wrong, I know they're idiots.
Yeah.
Because time and again, just by your senses alone and the hard numbers and fucking particles, everything is relative. So literally, because you exist in your own relative timeline, that is 100% the way it would work if time travel was possible.
Yeah.
Is exactly how he said it. It sounds confusing, and it almost sounds like nonsense.
But it makes sense,
but
yeah. So if you were to go back, in time, you've exited your present, you go back in time, you've inserted yourself in the past, you do something that affects, you can affect the future.
Yeah.
Like we just established. You branch off a new timeline.
Yeah.
When you branch off the new timeline, could that be the multiverse that they talk about with us? Like they say there's 10 million different versions of us right now doing the same thing or doing something different to an extent. Would that be one of those branches they are talking about in that sense?
Yes. The only thing, and I don't know if the MCU, what they have to say about this, but what a lot of the top theoretical physicists and people who play with like time travel theory and stuff say is that it is very unlikely that there's an infinite number of branches. What is more likely is that like you might have a couple hundred branches and those all converge into like 100 branches because of the laws of matter and time and space and all that stuff. More than likely there are only at most a couple hundred outcomes per person.
Rick and
There's
Morty
not
talked about this a lot too.
Yeah, I haven't watched enough of Rick and Morty.
C-137. That's their timeline.
Yeah,
that's the time. It's the
and
main
there's a
timeline.
lot of timelines.
That makes us think: are we the timeline?
Amount. You never know.
Are we the real us, dude? Are we the real timeline?
Relativity too. Talking about that timeline, it's always going to be if you go into the past, that's still your future, and once you come back to the present, the truth of the matter is the best way to understand all that is every moment you're ever in is just going to be the present.
Yeah.
You're never in the future, never, guess what? 2 seconds from now is the future conceptually, but once we get there, it's the present.
Yes.
And you can't get back to the past. It was
Correct.
the present once for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can only ever be in the present, and your presence is a straight line. But if it branches out, if there's different versions of you, that just begs further question about what consciousness is. And which one, is there a source consciousness? Is there an original? Are these all? Are you in a way omnipotent, but not all powerful? You exist. You can exist consciously, split up into a million versions of yourself, the same way that presumably God can.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I don't know. You get into a lot of weird conceptual.
I'm just saying, an interdimensional monster showing up in New York and destroying shit. Kind of cool, man.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
Nah,
dude.
That's the worst part of the MCU. It looks awesome that there would be like superheroes and stuff like that, but then you got to remember there's like a non-zero chance your car is going to get thrown through a building one day.
Yeah.
You basically can't live in any major city, dude. You don't want to live near the coast.
I read a rumor that they were planning on. I read a rumor they're planning on stopping, not making the Marvel movies, but they plan on doing a grand reset and not fucking with anything anymore as far as you come to a certain point where you have to stop.
Well, they got to go back to a hard spot.
Yeah.
And they can remingle everything all they want.
And I read that, because I know you didn't finish season 2 of Loki.
Low-key, I did not.
You low-key need to, because I think it's better than season 1. But the rumor has it that the ending of Loki 2, and I don't want to spoil it for you, but the ending of Loki 2 is going to play a major part in Avengers Doomsday. And then that's going to lead into Secret Wars. And those are going to be, Doomsday and Secret Wars is going to be the equivalent of Infinity War and Endgame. And that's going to be
the timeline,
and that's going to be
down.
the end of the MCU as we know it, and that's going to be the catalyst for this grand reset they're going to have, to where the next 10 to 20 years they just kind of do something
different
new
stuff.
And not And I honestly truly believe that if it's done the way I think it's going to be, and if they do it right, I think that Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars is going to blow Infinity War and Endgame out of the water. I think it's going to be bigger and better than all that shit.
If they do it right, they're in the best position possible, because they could either walk away with a nice ribbon or, like you said, come back the way they want to come back.
Yeah.
And either way, it's great.
And we're going to have the X-Men now. And it really pissed me off doing Infinity War without the X-Men. And there is more rumblings of Nick Cage riding again, brother, as Ghost Rider.
Hell yeah.
And I'm telling you all right now, dude, if I get Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider, I don't need anything else ever. I'll put that. That's my bow on top of the present for me, dude. Is seeing Nick Cage as Johnny Blaze one last time, dude.
Well, you got anything else for him?
I do not. We got some shows coming up in November that we're pretty stoked about.
November 29th?
Yeah, Comedy at the Comet in Cincinnati. Those are going to be big. We've been sharing the info on that and the ticket links and stuff.
And hey, real quick, if you made it this far, if you're not already, because I know a lot of you aren't, you're just relying on your history to bring it back up, subscribe to the show wherever you're listening or watching. Follow us on Instagram at This Place Sucks Official, at Wampus Cat Lives, at Jordan Edmondson, because we have links to all of this shit all the time, to our sponsor, Honeymoon Skateboards, to our friends' podcast, to our sister podcast, Front Me Till Friday.
Yeah.
And you'll see the posters for this show, Comedy at the Comet.
Yes.
Tell them who you're opening for, dude.
The Guard Dog.
The Guard Dog. Sean Gardini.
Sean Gardini in the house.
Of, MSP, fucking Matt and Shane Secret Podcast fame. Yeah. He's headlining the early show that Joey's on. Yeah. So you guys want to come out to that. I'm opening for hometown hero Wayne McDermott.
Wayne rules.
Gonna be fucking sick. He's awesome. Yeah. Everybody on both shows is fucking hilarious. I think you can get both tickets to both for like $15 or something. It's cheap. Come out and see us.
2 back-to-back great shows of comedy at the Comet, which rules. The Comet's awesome. They have the best burrito in Cincinnati.
In a 3.5 hour period, you'll see like 18 of the best comics around.
Yeah.
I'm at the Pro-Am the week before that. We're going to be out at Skankfest the week before that. Mm-hmm. In 2 weeks on my birthday, we got a Halloween show here at the house.
Yeah, October 24th, the Halloween show. Need no basis if you'd like to come, if you'd like to be involved, whatever. Send us a message. You still have a couple weeks to get in on that. Even if you're not doing if you just want to come, hang out, be a part of it. Exactly. We will definitely get you in there. Just let us know. Trying to keep it not low-key, but low-key. Trying to keep it low-key. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's going to be a rager. It's going to be sick, dude. Holler at your boys.
Basically, it's a guest list. It's not super exclusive. Hit me up.
You're not going to want to miss it.
You want to be on it.
You don't want to not be here.
Cap. Yeah. My house isn't that big.
Yeah. And then we also got the rumblings of our other live show coming up first of the year, too.
Yep.
We're working on that.
January 9th.
January 9th.
The date's set. We'll get you more information
TPS 3.
We love you guys.
We love you guys. It's been fun. It's been a good episode, man.
Yeah. This place sucks.
This place sucks. Mwah.